With the Converse City Council meeting, and we'll have some live video for you recorded at City Hall just tonight.
The Historic Commission.
Our meeting is not till this Thursday, the 5th.
Okay. Building and Standards met on March 28th, and they dealt with 7 issues and continue to keep them going. 7 code-compliant issues, and they're still working on the issue of the code compliance program, and also an amendment to the ordinance to provide fees, kind of like port fees, so that they can pay for the expenses that they're incurring while they're bringing the individuals for compliance. You know, that's all they're looking at. They're not there to make any money. They're there just to try to come up with a fee. I think they had mentioned possibly $100 fee once you go through the system. So that way you can pay for all those color photos and all the time that's being spent to process the files. You know, rather than the city cover it, you know, and it's costing us a lot. Anything to add on that?
Nope, that's
Pretty much it.
it.
You're gonna ask the city attorney to add another addition to the ordinance so that they can do that, get that accomplished. City attorney, need that work with the building standards. I think they were waiting for you too. There were some other issues.
Yes, sir.
For contact.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right. City manager's report.
Okay, I've actively been working with our HR assistant on the assistant city manager job description. We intend to have that out by the end of this week. So that would be very nice to get someone on board to help. Drainage during our torrential downpour last week, we had several houses that received water. So we're looking at our prioritization that we already have and potentially reprioritizing some of the projects. Because if it's affecting homes, if it's affecting buildings, but not affecting, you know, that to me, that's a higher priority than if it's just a piece of property getting flooded. I will say, Mandy and I were out and about during this, and our animal control site drained like a champ. It was wonderful. That water just went right off of that property. So that is great news. We were a little worried where the building's located. Converse Ranch League, that y'all heard about that in the past. I have to recognize Larry Moxley because the apartments that was coming out of the apartment complex, coming down on one side of Brooks Lane, and he was so diligent, he finally called SAWS, because it's a SAWS line, and got their wasting water department, I'm not sure what it's called, and they got on it, and they found out it was a SAWS leak, not a Converse Ranch leak, and they got it fixed finally. And that was months that he kept working and trying and calling anybody and everybody to try to fix this leak, just because it was coming down into floating down into our drainage system. Sarah agreement, the River Authority agreement for wastewater transportation, treatment, and disposal was initially approved in July 1978. It was a 40-year agreement, therefore it expires this year. So I've been working with the city of Universal City, the city of Live Oak, and the city of Converse. So it's all 3 cities are a party to the agreement. And that will be coming back to council with a proposed new agreement at the next council meeting. We think we'll be ready by then. Our projects are moving a little slow. I've been after the contractor. Rain has stopped the fire department. We've had some issues up there. City Hall is going up. We are seeing some progress on that. And of course, you're seeing the dirt moving down on the animal care site. So we hope to have those buildings. They're telling me City Hall will be ready October timeframe. Animal care, January. Fire station, October, November timeframe. So I attend the construction meeting every other week and try to stay on top of them. In front of
Tomorrow, the menu in the Grass Community Center for Wednesday is chicken pasta primavera, green beans, and sunshine carrots. And that's the hot lunch program at the Grass Community Center, and it's for folks 60 years old and older at no cost to y'all. Come on down. We're right on the VIA number 21 bus line, so grab that and come on down. Enjoy some lunch with us. On Wednesday, at 10:30 Wednesday, have low impact exercise class taught by Gertie Rankin, Maria Reyes, and Helen Hernandez. That's at 10:30. The lunch is at 11:30. And then bingo after lunch, 12:30 to 1:30. So you want to hang around and be sure and get in on the bingo. They have some great prizes. Don't want to miss the prizes. Alrighty. So that's the Grass Community Center in Converse, Texas, on the VIA bus line number 21, and it's about a block and a half from the post office there in Converse. Okay, we went to the Converse City Council meeting last night, April 3rd, and some of the highlights. They had a special presentation, the Water Fluoridation Quality Air Award, the City of Converse, by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. And
Okay, earlier this month, I received a letter from Texas Health and Human Services. It says the Texas Department of State Health Services is pleased to announce that the City of Converse has been awarded a Water Fluoridation Quality Award from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. This award recognizes those communities in Texas that maintained a consistent level of optimally fluoridated water throughout 2016. This award was based on your submittal of the monthly fluoridation reports to the Texas Fluoridation Program. For 2016, a total of 1,360 public water systems in 29 states received these awards, including only 66 in Texas, Converse being one of them. Community water fluoridation has been recognized by the CDC as one of the 10 great public health achievements of the 20th century. Fluoridating a community's water supply is one of the most effective public health measures to prevent tooth decay. Please find the certificate enclosed. The fluoridation program congratulates you on your outstanding performance. I'd like to recognize Jonathan Smith, Assistant Director for Public Works and Utilities, Adam Martinez, Supervisor, and Matt Scott, Foreman. Sorry. So, congratulations. Good job.
The mayor asked me to explain what fluoridation is. Back in 1997, I believe. Oh, I thought it was loud. Back in 1997, the citizens of Converse voted to have the water fluoridated. So we add hydrofluoric acid to the water to create a fluoride residual, which in the proper amounts is good for developing teeth and bones in children. And so that's what it's for. I don't deserve the award. I am only here to guide and mentor my employees. The field employees are the one that did it all. And I believe they both have lengthy speeches they want to give you.
Thank you all very much.
so, one one of the interesting things that happened in the meeting, then the ordinance establishing Converse Historic Preservation Commission, amending Article 3, and the chairman of that commission, Leon Stubbs, speaks to the council. Speaking of the Converse Historic Preservation,
Local Boy Scouts that came out with us today, thank you very much for coming out. What troop are you from? 239. 239, thank you so much, appreciate it. See the Boy Scouts out here. Item C, discussion and appropriate action to amend ordinance number 102-2-2017A, establishing a Converse Historic Preservation Commission, amending Article 3, sections 2.221, 2.224, and adding 2.227. First reading, city manager.
We have the Historical Commission Acting Chair Leon Stubbs here. We'll make this presentation.
Okay, Stubbs, sir. Chairman Stubbs.
Evening, everybody.
Evening, sir.
These amendments are pretty much dictated by the fact that we're now a nonprofit, and some of the language was mandated to be used. And it's not very much. If you look at the first paragraph with 2.227, it simply refers to an addendum where, upon dissolution of the nonprofit, the assets, of course, go back to the city general fund. If you look at section 2.21, purpose, most of that language was firmly suggested by the nonprofit as well. The difference is that as a nonprofit, we can engage in projects and programs directly, or we can be an umbrella organization that funds other organizations to do work within the scope that we represent. In two instances, you'll see museum and park. That is included or was rectified simply because in the gift deed, museum and park is stressed as a tandem. In other words, there's no one without the other. So the language was missing in the ordinance initially in terms of simply saying museum. So we had to include park. I think that pretty much covers it.
Any questions, Mr. Stubbs? Mr. Attorney, you have a chance to review these?
Yes, I did.
And they're all in compliance with, no conflicts with the statutory law?
At this point in time, no, Mayor, I don't think there's any particular issues with the amendments that were provided to us for our consideration, so I think we should be fine there.
Okay, well, just remind council, this is a first reading. If there's anything that's brought up, we can review it at the second reading. Thank you, sir, very much.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
No further discussion, we have a motion on item C is presented.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve ordinance 102-2-2017A for its first reading.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Motion carries. Okay.
speaking of the Converse Historic Preservation Commission, Mr. Jeff Flynn became a member, and they talk about, Councilwoman Lindgren talks about why we needed another member on the Converse Historic Preservation Commission. If someone quit or something, she'll tell you that.
Yes, sir, we have had a resignation from the Historic Commission of Nancy Drumberg, and so Jeff Flynn has been serving as an alternate, so we would like to move him to full membership of the Historic Preservation Commission.